Hello. That works. Alright, so I'm going to be doing more code generation stuff. I got it to a point where it was basically doing what I wanted, but the limitation in the design is that this is all about code generation when it should be about tasks. Code generation itself should be a task, but there's other things like deploying to a database, which isn't technically code generation. So I've pretty much broken everything, but it compiles, but I haven't checked if it works. So what I think I'm going to do is plan out sort of the expected output, what I actually want to output from this, and then work backwards from that, rather than guessing what I want to make. So let's see. I forget how Markdown works. Whatever. Expected output. I've got a Markdown file somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Oh, that's right, it's the hashes. Okay, cool. Alright, expected output. So, what are my domains? I've got spatial, I've got web, and I've got Unreal. And I've got documentation. So, tasks. I'll say task has context, usually list of entity types, or just say types, and options. And that's self-explanatory. So thinking about the structure of my game, the first thing you do, you as per this thing, you log in, you send your Steam ID to a server, and it does a bunch of stuff. Now that is to a web server, so the web server needs to understand the concept of identity. So in here I've got identity, which needs also references product key and identity provider, and it also needs to know about character. So if I go back here, and this is what I'm calling my doorman API. Yeah. identity provider, product key, and character. And I'll expand on what they generation. Well, I'll say deployment of generation. Generated. Contract interfaces, client, proxy. Alright, so I'll just do that first. I'll get this running again. I'll make sure that's all good. So if I go to my task runner and tasks JSON file, should open that in Visual Studio Code. I'll get better autocomplete and stuff. That can go away. Alright, so it's building, it's running validation, which is fine, and then it starts with all this, and all these need to be changed. So generator should be task, and these are still called generators, so that should work. The only part that might not work is the new extensibility stuff. It might not pick up the types, but the build should be fine because I just did it. Exported code generator is not assignable. Oh, so I'm saying I'm exporting a type, but the class it's attached to doesn't actually cast that type, pretty much. So I don't even know if this will work. What other options have I got? Contract type, contract name. Yeah, see, I don't see how that works, because if I want to import iTask, of which this is a inheritor, I don't know if I can export it and be specific like that. We'll find out. Actually, this command line is not going to be right. Except code 1 being an error. Didn't tell me anything. So I'll just fix this command line. You can see it's using the old generator, so I need to go task, and that should then work. Or not. iCode generator is non-assignable from part C# generator. have to do a rebuild. Cannot execute the method. Or the containing type is not fully instantiated. What could that mean? Container export, try get exports, type of iTask var e. See if I can get that far. That would be to do with that. Yeah, that's weird. What's Google got to say? Doesn't really say. Get exports of iTask. Like this. Container get exports of a type of iCode generator. And then if I be explicit, say iCode generator options, then what? That works, but obviously I'm not getting any results because nothing actually exports to that. Mef export generic So this post indicates that you should be able to do that. But I tried that before. I'm going to narrow this down, so I'll get rid of all but one. In fact, just to make sure, if I kill all of them, surely I no longer get that error. What? Mef, get exports type argument. I suppose I can also just cast it. So if I go following interface, iTask, and just have that empty, and then go like that. Then I'm just going to double check that I haven't got any of these other guys around. They're all disabled. So if I go up to here and then export that as iTask. Go back to here and then get the exports of iTask and then get rid of all that. Hopefully the result here is 1. None. Get exports iTask. C# generator export iTask. one. Alright, that works. So exporting to that, and then I'm casting to that. Why not? Why can't I? Why can't I? I mean, I know what it is. So what if I go E equals export as I task, which is I queryable type, and then surely I can get away with that. No. Alright, I can't get away with that. Code generator. Code generator options. I don't see how that's the case. This is definitely not going to work. Essentially, you can't upcast. If that's getting exports of iTask, what if I do that?